It's Fan University right here on 105.3 The Fan. Jake Reitmo alongside Brennan Baxter and Carter Freeman. And right now, we're pleased to be joined by the quarterback of the North Texas Mean Green. He was just on the Rich Eisen show, and now he's making time for us on Fan University. Drew Mestemaker, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for hopping on. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Doing really well. And we were joking before we began with all of this. First, the Rich Eisen show. How was that? And now you're on Fan University. What a day for you.
I know. It's a full day of interviews, but I'm happy to be here.
With everything going on, obviously you guys have had a ton of success and the big win over Navy. Just take us into the locker room of the Mean Green. How's everything going and the overall vibes of the program?
I mean, I think we feel good. As a team, we kind of had a little bump in the road there mid year, but I think that was good for us, honestly, to kind of have a taste of some adversity, and we knew the season was going to be hard and it was going to be a long season, but we feel good and we're taking it one week at a time, and we got our sights set on conference championship, college football playoffs. So we just got to take it one week at a time and keep winning.
Well, Drew, this is all, new to you, at least in the college scene. I'm sure there's so many more voices that want to talk to you, whether it's us in the media or, potentially we'll call them external agents, maybe inquiring about your future. How do you kind of keep all of that out, all the outside noise out to continue to have the success that you've had on the field?
Yeah, I think, kind of just separating the two, kind of it's nice, being at the facility and not having, all of it at the facility, and kind of trying to separate the two. I think, whenever I come in and, this first half of my day, whenever I'm in the facility, getting treatment, watching film, in meetings and everything, I just, try to keep this the main thing. And, it's always the main thing, but especially whenever I'm here, and just kind of try to block out all the outside noise and focus on, what it'll take to win the games.
Drew, your journey to even becoming a starting quarterback at North Texas is crazy. And to see you featured on a game day, I don't know, you had an 11 a.m. game last week, so maybe you didn't see it at the time, but just to see your rise to national relevance and the Mean Green's rise has been so cool to see. Can you tell us how you're just feeling? And is it weird to see you on things like that? Is it weird to hear your name talked nationally in conversations? I mean, it's just got to be such a unique experience from where you came from to where you are now.
Yeah, 100%. I would say it's a little weird sometimes, all my friends are, taking videos of me on the TV and, on college game day and everything. And, it's to think back 2 years ago, I was, sitting on my couch watching college game day at my house back in Austin. So, to be on that and then to be playing on TV too, it's crazy, and it's awesome to be, in this position.
Drew Mestemaker is with us on Fan University right here on 105.3 The Fan. And Drew, we had your head coach on a few episodes ago on Fan University, Eric Morris, and we asked him about you. And he was very complimentary and sang your praises, but he also said sometimes you're a little bit quirky, a little, get in and kind of do things your own way. So I want to give you the floor on that same token. How would you describe Eric Morris as the head coach of the Mean Green?
Um, I mean, I think he's the quarterback dream of a head coach, and a play caller. As a quarterback, you want to throw the ball, you want them to trust you and put the ball in your hands, and to have a coach like that breathes confidence into you, and just makes you feel like you know that he trusts you and he has all of his confidence in you. It makes you play that much better and that much harder for him, and he's just a just a great coach.
Okay, Drew, you've thrown for over 600 yards in a game this year. You've had a ton of success on offense, but I haven't yet seen you do the stone cold Steve Austin celebration that your defense does. What would it, and I know that's a defensive thing, but what would it take for you to get in on that on the sideline this season?
Yeah, maybe maybe a rushing touchdown or something. I might have to do it like with the football in the end zone or something. So we'll see.
Drew, I was curious. Obviously, North Texas, y'all had the huge game against USF that you just weren't quite able to get moving in that game, and unfortunately weren't able to win. But since then, 55-17, 54-20, then a dominating win against Navy, and you've been highly effective, 8 touchdowns and 1 interception since that. What was the vibe in the locker room after that, throughout the course of the next week of everything's still in front of us here? You can still go compete for the American championship. How deflating was it? But then to rise back and have the great 3 weeks you have, what does that say about the team and the locker room and you as a leader being the quarterback?
Yeah, I think, we all kind of were deflated after that. We knew we kind of missed out on a big opportunity of just, playing against a really good team. But I think we got a lot of, mature guys on this team that knew it was just a bump in the road, and we got, our sights set on things that were still very attainable. So we knew, we just had to go back and kind of look ourselves in the mirror and think about what we could do better, and, kind of clean up anything we had to, just to kind of bounce back. And I think having these 3 bounce back weeks have been huge for, just the team and our confidence, and, just kind of getting back on the right track.
Drew Mestemaker is with us on Fan University. And Drew, we could talk ball, X's and O's all afternoon, but I want to go off the field a little bit. And, doing my homework for this, what better spot than Twitter, X, whatever we want to call it. I saw a little NIL action with Portillo's. Is that true? And what's your go-to order there?
Yeah, that is true. I actually wasn't really a Portillo's goer before they contacted me, but I didn't really know much about it. But I went and tried all their stuff, and I was a big fan of the pasta they had there. And me and the O line are actually going this afternoon, so it'll be fun.
If Drew Mestemaker could make his own NIL deal from any fast food company or even beyond that, what would it be?
Um, I'd probably have to say Canes. I'm a huge Canes fan, and probably get it a little bit too much, but
Drew Messmaker is with us on Fan University, and Drew will wrap it up and get you out the door on this one. I guess we could talk food and snacks and NIL all afternoon, but with the schedule you guys have in front of you, and I know you've alluded it to a little bit, but the goals for this team still very, very much obtainable. What's kind of the message for everybody listening in not just the DFW area, but really nationally, the rise of the Mean Green?
I think we play an exciting brand of football. We put up points. We make our defense turns the ball over, and we make plays. And so I think we're an exciting team, and we can be in any game that we don't shoot ourselves in the foot in. And I think we can honestly play with anyone in the country whenever we're playing our game.
Absolutely. UAB up next, and you got Rice, and then at Temple, and then after that, we'll see. But Drew, we appreciate you so much for hopping on and joining Fan University. All the best this coming week and beyond, and we'll have to do it again. And make sure you try the whole menu at Portillo's there.
All right, I will. Thank you.